Let's contextualize what is violence. Violence is known as a physical or psychological action that pretends to harm someone or something. Violence, for example, in our society, is shown in many ways. For example, physical, one like the displacement or peasants by a legal militia that force them to leave their homes and lands. Also, the brutal murders of our people because someone didn't like their ideals or their political orientation. Physical violence in our city is represented day by day by terms of the various robberies that are carried out by force using firearms. But there's also psychological one which aims to harm the person emotionally when someone is treated by a criminal who has enough information of a citizen's life, business, or even loved ones and uses that information against the victim. Both types of violence, physical and emotional, are happening in the schools where we have the bullying from one person or the group. So as we know, violence, it can be presented not just as a physical way, that is the way we all know and we have that idea. It can be also presented as a emotional way when I hurt the feelings of that person or that group.
In Colombia, since the year of 1948 and 1970, it began to spread what in Colombia we know as a time of violence. In this time, the physical violence increased in a very big way. The people start to kill it, kidnap it, rile it, all this because they want it. In 1952, in a bridge across of Armenia Quindío, one group of people stopped a bus and burned it with all the people who were there. Only because they want to doing a damage. The people said that at that time more than 300,000 people died. From this time on, Colombia lived an eternal violence because the man is violent by nature and he always tries to solve the problems with the help of violence.
As a reflection, any type of violence is harmful for a society, whether this one is a physical or psychological way. Its consequences are difficult to be healed, and they can destroy a life. There are different ways to protect people from the physical one, as this one is visible and easier to demonstrate. Therefore, we can minimize the impact of it by using national security and laws. Nonetheless, when we are talking about psychological violence, first, it's difficult to be detected and proved as consequence much more problematic to protect someone. And also, in conclusion, as I said before, there are many ways to protect citizens from physical violence. However, there are only few laws that protect people from psychological one. And even those few are rarely applied due to corruption and lack of proofs. Therefore, we should work on improving our education about peace, building forms, and informing our citizens about the rights, duties, and responsibilities.